I don't know where I'm gonna go, but I don't know where I'm gonna go. I'll just get down the road. Well, good morning YouTubers, and as you can see, I'm riding the new Honda NT1100. Just picked it up from Blackpool Honda. It's a DCT model, which retails at about $12,999, and it comes with panniers as standard, kickstand as standard, heated grips. This one's fitted with the comfort seat. Why you should need a comfort seat on a touring motorcycle, I don't know, and it's £120 option, I think, but it's a pleasant place to be. Nice wind protection on it. The screen is adjustable. It's got 5 positions, but unfortunately you've got to do it from the front of the bike, so there's no adjustment as you're on the bike. You have to stop the bike and pull it up, so that's a bit of a downer really. But the bike itself is a pleasant place to be. We've got a lot of switch gear on the left hand handlebar here to do all your functions. We're in urban mode at the moment. I think you've got 3 sort of Honda modes, and then you've got 2 modes you can customise. So we've got urban rain and touring, I think, but I'll double check that. So it's a nice place to be, and it's quite a flickable machine. This is the 1100 version. My Africa Twin is the 1000cc version, so it's interesting to make a comparison. I mean, this bike is a lot based on the Africa Twin. It's got the same frame, same engine, same DCT gearbox, dual clutch transmission or double clutch, whatever you want to say. The swing arm's different, and I think the geometry's different, and of course we're running on 17-inch wheels. Now, sitting up here, it's really calm behind the screen, and there's no wind on your shoulders. I think the screen's in, I don't know if it's in a high position, I'll have to check that when we stop to have a look round. But very nice touring motorcycle. It's business-like. You've got good wind protection. There's little guards to stop all the muck getting off onto your feet below. So yeah, my legs are a bit more tucked up than they are on my Africa Twin. The gearbox doesn't seem to be as smooth as on my 2017 Africa Twin. Now, maybe just because the bike's new, I don't know, but it just seems to be a little bit jerky at low speed. I'm a big fan of the DCT. This one seems to be a little bit jerky. Just see what it's like in Sport 1 and Sport 3 now. Oh yeah, that changes the bike's character. You can be a real monster with that. It just seems to be a bit more. We're in Sport 3 at the moment. so it holds the gears longer, but it seems to be a bit more responsive on the throttle too. Mirrors are well positioned, I can see behind me well enough, just see my shoulders. This little deflectors on the front here really do deflect the wind away from your hands. It's quite amazing really. So it's a well spec'd up bike, but the non-DCT version is about 11,999 and the DCT version is £1,000 extra. Well, I know it's extra weight, but I would think for a touring machine, I think I'd rather have the extra weight. It doesn't feel heavy. It's a nice bike and it certainly gets down the road well. Quite responsive. Screen's lovely and clear. Really like it. I think it's about 6.5 inches of TFT. And it's a nice layout. I think you'd have to study a while to get used to all these switches to change stuff, but it's very clear, very well laid out. And you've also got the little screen underneath, unless you want to use Apple CarPlay or a navigation system from your phone on the screen. You've got the speed underneath, so you can have the full screen dedicated to your navigation. But yeah, very pleasant place to be. My legs are tucked up a little bit more than they are on my Africa Twin, but it's not an unpleasant riding position at all. In fact, you just cantered forward a little bit more, but it's really very comfortable, which is what you want from a mile munching touring bike. Yeah, I could see myself whizzing across France on this. The suspension is adjustable for preload only, front and back. So, but the setup feels quite nice. Feels quite a luxury sort of ride. It's firmish but nice, quite like it. So what can I tell you else about the NT1100? Well, it comes in three colours, which is black, which we're on now, there's a white, and there's like a matte silver colour. It's a bit restricted to choice really. I would have thought a nice red one would have been nice, but no, at the moment it's only black, white and grey, so you pays your money and you takes your choice. The seat's very, this is, as I say, the comfort seat. It's very comfortable, you sink into it really nice. Got a good bit of back support there. And yeah, all the controls are to hand. You can change up and down manually with the little levers on the left hand handlebar here if you wish, which is if you feel like in the mood and you want to play manual shifting, you've got the little levers to do so. So yeah, it's a nice pleasant bike. I mean, as is everything with Honda, it's probably ultra reliable. Say a little bit jerky in sport when you're moving off. Maybe it was just me. definitely holds the gears longer in Sport 3. Let's try and drop it down one. Yeah, so it gets along. Got the Unhurried with me today, or two of them, Brian and Tony. Tony's on his GS, Brian's on his Kawasaki. Heated grips are really good. They're working well, they're on. Don't think they're on. You can alter them on the screen through the function button here on the right hand side. I'm just going to pull over here. Neutral, turn the indicator off. Put the handbrake on. I knew how it works. Oh, there it is. What do you think, men?
Sounds just like you, doesn't it? Has it got a lower seat or not there?
This is the custom seat, this.
Alright.
Try getting on it. It's handbrake's on, so you... It's a nice place to be.
Yeah. It is nice, yeah.
You'd have to get used to all that.
Is this fully waterproof, this?
Eh?
Is this fully waterproof?
Yeah. Yeah. Big radiator on it, right across the front, yeah. The way you'd adjust the screen is...
Yeah, I've seen them do it. Said you have to give it a bit of pressure.
I don't like the looks of it when it's like that.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tony's alright on it, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds alright, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's got that V-twin sound because of the 270-degree crank. Yeah, I mean it rides well enough. It's very calm back there. All these deflectors work well. Your knees fit in there nice. Yeah. Heated grips on. These deflect the wind off your hands. It's quite amazing. So yeah, where are we going to go now? Go a bit further down, and what if we turn right there? Where do we go from there?
You don't need to far on it, David, do you?
No. I want to go far enough on it though. It's funny, I thought the gearbox would be slightly better than mine, but it isn't. I'd say this is a bit rougher. But it could be because it's not bedded in.
That's good idea.
Yeah, keeps the thing off you. The pedals in a nice place, the foot brake pedals in a nice place. Not so sure about this handbrake here though.
At least you're not tempted to grab it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's one good thing.
Yeah. Should we crack on a bit more then? Brakes get a bit nice feel to them. Operate them with 2 fingers, it's really nice. I think it's on 320 discs with Nissan calipers, 4-pot I think. It pulls away quite nicely. In drive mode, we're in 6th gear doing 42 mile an hour, which you get used to if you've got a DCT. But yeah, a nice touring bike I would think. I think it would be quite pleasant to go a distance on. Thanks to Chris at Blackpool Honda for making the bike available to me this morning. Really nice people at Blackpool Honda. I've had a few dealings with them recently, buying stuff for my Africa Twin, and they're really nice people, very helpful, which is nice to see at a dealership. Now this is the only problem we have when you're in drive, is it changes up into 6th gear really quickly, which tends to make the engine lug a bit, but I'm sure Honda have designed it that way. So we can, the good thing is, even when you're in automatic mode, you can still change up and down if you wish with your little gear change levers. So yeah, all these little things would make a nice touring bike. It is extremely comfortable, even though I'm canted forward a little bit compared to my Africa Twin. It's still a nice comfortable position. Just click that button and change up, change down a gear. A bit of open road. Yeah, we're getting along. I would imagine it'll be okay at motorway speeds. I'm not really going to take it to the motorway. Has got cruise control, which will be good for when you get on the motorway. You can set it with the button on the right below, and it's got a little toggle switch up and down if you want to increase the speed or reset it. And you get the green light on the dash, obviously. Knock it down a few and off we go. Yes, got a good turn of speed. See what it's like going around this tight right-hander coming up. I'll just leave it in automatic and see what happens. A bit of the brake and lean it in and it goes through nicely. Accelerate out. Brake again. Yeah, changes down well. If you feel confident leaning it over, it's a nice feeling. Goes through the twisties well. Feel confident on it. It's really nice roll holding. I say, compared to the Africa Twin, the suspension is slightly firmer, but still soaking up the bumps well. This is quite a rough little back road. So yeah, everything about this bike is just what you want for a touring bike really. You could get two up in it and be very comfortable. I would choose a DCT now for touring. I know a lot of people say pick the manual and save yourself £1,000, but I think in today's traffic, and you get into the city, and if you wanted to commute on this bike, this would be ideal. It's got a DC, like I say, put it in automatic mode, and it's easy enough. It's not a wide bike really, it's quite small when you look at it, but when you're on it, it feels quite large. You say, I mean, the negatives for me, I mean, it's great that the screen adjusts, but I would prefer it to adjust even if it was electric. I mean, maybe they'll have an option for that, I don't know. Oops, bit of water, that's not good. We'll just take our time going through here. Brian will love me for that. So yes, overall, as a touring machine, comparing it to my MV Agusta Turismo Veloce, I would certainly pick this because I think it's got better low down torque. I like the character of the engine, and it's quite an easy bike to ride. It's not intimidating at all. It's just got enough power. I think it's about 101 horsepower, and it's just enough for today's roads. Yeah, really quite impressed with it. As I say, the one of the negatives would be the colours. I mean, it would be nice to have a few more colour options rather than just black, white and grey. You know, a nice red or a nice green as an option would be nice. Got a USB port on one side and a power socket on the other, so you can get all your doodads hooked up. So yeah, a good little touring bike, I would think, and not bad money. I mean, it's worth a look at. I mean, what else? You mean, you've got the, I think the Tracer, isn't it, and the Kawasaki Versys maybe. Although the Versys can get quite expensive. I think Brian's model's about £16,000. But yeah, it's just an all-round good bike. I wouldn't say it's a thrilling bike to ride, but it's a nice bike to ride. And it's comfortable, which is what you want from a touring machine. As I say, I find this switch gear, as an older person, a little bit busy, but I'm sure, like I did on my Africa Twin, I'll learn the buttons eventually. It rides really well. Yeah, it's another good Honda product. As I say, considering it was styled by an Italian, it is a little staid, I would think. I mean, it's not an ugly bike, but it's not a bike where you'd go, wow, look at that, either. You know, it's got like the corporate face, if you like. So there we are, people, the Honda NT1100 first ride impressions. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, get back to me through the comments, and if you like the video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little run. I've only got it for an hour because it's a bike that's in demand apparently. So get yourself down to Blackpool Honda if you want to run on this bike. They're very accommodating people. Take it out and see what you think. But I'm a fan of DCT now. There's no getting away from it. I didn't think I'd like it that much when I first tried it on an Africa Twin, but I do, and it just makes for a bit more relaxed riding really. And if you want to be a hooligan, you can put it in manual and have yourself a good time. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.